Hello, hello. Hang on a second. This glare is a little too much for me. That will help it at all. That might be a little bit better. Let me get my stuff going on here. This is a pop-up live. So not many of you expected me to go live today. And excuse the mess. I have a new office space and it's not done yet. So I have my Action Taker shirt on today. I should be representing the Financial Fixer with some of my own merch, but I'm wearing my coach's merch because we're very aligned and I am an action taker. Why? Because, he told me so. And I hope that you're an action taker too, because that's what this is all about. If we're here, we're out here, we're trying to get better, we've got to take action, so that's what it's all about. So I'm representing, I'm going to be sharing actually some stuff at the end of this live. And if you want to know more about how I created that, I will just get with me. And anyway, I'll talk about it at the end of the live. It's not really, just giving you some heads up on that. So hang on just a second. If you're here live and if you want to put in the comments, that you can hear me okay, because that's probably really important. Before I dive in, this is going to be super quick. I'm not going to go over teach today. I'm just going to give some really quick tips on some thoughts about making more money, right? Some focused tips on that. And again, like I said, excuse the mess. I will have it cleaned up by next week. So welcome in. If you're here live, please hashtag live in the comments. If you're here on the replay later, let me know that you're here on the replay so that we can talk about this and you can ask all the questions later on when we chat, maybe in the DMs or in the comments. So welcome to the Fixer Money pop-up training. Okay. I'm Amanda Delaney. I'm the Financial Fixer. I help audacious boss women like you take the confusion out of their personal finances for good and forever and just become a flat out money boss so that nobody bosses you around. No entity, no toxic person in a relationship, no job, no bank, no credit card company can boss you around because you have control over your money. So this is why I'm here. It's my heart-centered, mission-driven, just business and passion that, to just help as many women as I can fix their finances and fix it for good and forever and just clean up the mess forever and live a life that just is not full of stress and worry or fear, because that really sucks. You know what I mean? So today I'm sharing quick tips for the woman watching this who keeps trying to earn more money, right? It happens to me. It actually just happened to me a couple months ago, and it really had me like down and just bringing up all those, traumas, the financial traumas from the past about, like I've got to earn more money. I've got to get more money going on in my business. And, and it was paralyzing me. And you may have felt this before where you're just like, it's all about making more money. And yes, we need to make money in order to be comfortable and do the things we want to do and put clothes on our back and our children's back and eat. And it is an absolute vehicle to life. Okay. And the way to get it is to earn it. That is fact. But it's very possible that you might be focused on the earning part and not so much on like the doing, like what is it that I need to do right now to have more money in the bank. And the first thought that comes to mind is to go make more money, right? But maybe it should be about finding out other solutions, other focuses that can take the pressure off, really, of you having to make more money. Because ultimately, when your money's under control and you're fully aware, and we'll talk more about that, more money flows and then more income starts to generate. It's just a natural response. Okay. It happens all the time. When I talk to clients, when we first start talking and working together, I always tell them, just so you know, mark my words, it's very, very likely that you're going to end up making more money before you even realize or before you can even project that more money is going to start coming in. It's going to be coming in crazy forms. And it's because the universe is responding to your actions and to your mindset and to the way you think about your money. Okay. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Right before I started getting my shit together with money and getting out of debt and just really getting my finances in order, it was like I was, getting those triggers like it was time. It's time to get your money together, Amanda. You have a mess. It's time to clean up the money mess, right? Like I was having those conversations with myself, but I hadn't quite taken the steps and taken action yet. If you're here, hop in, tell me hello if you can hear me. If you are loving this, please comment and engage. That would be awesome. So, but again, going back to my story, when I was really in a hot money mess, I just kept thinking, Amanda, you just don't worry. You can make more money. More money. I was in sales. I was a professional sales rep. I was an outside sales rep and a high performing sales rep. So in my mind, it was easy for me to just go out and get my commission check to be bigger, right? But I was so focused on making more money that I wasn't realizing that the problem was in the everyday actions that I was taking when it came to my money. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you need to be pinching every penny. That's not fun. When my clients start working with me, like in the beginning, they're like, okay, I know that I need to stop. I was just having this conversation yesterday with a client. I know I need to stop spending so much money on restaurants. I need to, tell my husband this and, blah, blah, blah. Like we've got to just stop doing this, stop spending here, stop spending there. No, like that's not what this is all about. It's really about just prioritizing, and not focusing on the things that you have to do, but the person and the places and where you want to be, right? The person you want to be, the places you want to be, what you want, and if you think about the person, that wealthy woman that you want to be in 10 years from now, what is she doing? Is she waking up early? Is she getting enough sleep? Is she eating right? Is she exercising? Is she spending time with the one she loves? Does she have a boat? I just threw that out there. I don't even want a boat. It's just as an example. Does she live in a big house on the beach? My 10 years from now person, she's going to be on the beach. Right? So what does that vision look like for you? And then when you think about your actions, what is it that you're doing in your day to day? Is that aligning with that person? Is that, I know it's people say this cliche, act as if, like some people don't like to hear that, but really, are you acting as if you are the person that you really want to be? So I'll digress a little bit. My first quick tip is to know that the real problem is out of focus, right? So we think that if you think that making more money is now, if you have an income problem and you're not making enough money to make ends meet and to get your basics paid for, this live probably isn't for you, right? But if your basics are able to be covered and if you were to totally cut down on all of your variable spending and you could make it, then this conversation is for you. Does that make sense? So really think through that. So again, tip number one, focusing on what you can do is not necessarily the right thing to do. You want to first focus on who you want to be, get very clear, write it down in black and white and put color to it, right? In your mind, where does that person want to be? What is she doing? Who is she with? Who's in her network, right? And then From there, as you embody that person consistently, you can take the actions that that person that has that economic situation and that family situation and that life that you really want in 10 years. You can do the things that she's doing more easy, right? Or easier. I don't know. More easily? What the hell? So again, quick tip number 1 is the real problem is out of focus. Focus on the core, which is your actions. What are you doing? And is it aligned with the person that you want to be? Okay. Tip number 2, awareness, the awareness piece to the puzzle. All right. So this isn't about, your everyday foundational things that you're doing, your routine, things like that. But where is your money going? Where is your money going? Let's get fully aware of where your money is going now, today. Don't wait 5 minutes. Don't wait a day or 10 days after you hear this. Go right now and print out your bank statements and every credit card statement, everywhere you've spent money, everywhere, and print it all out. Do this very simply. Print it all out, tally it all up, all of the spending. And I can give you templates for this when you're in my program to make it easier and quicker. But this is really easy to do in writing. Write it down, tally it all up, and then go and tally up what your current income is. And if you are spending more than what your income is, and if in that income should, and you know that income based on your basics and your foundational needs should cover how your survival, then there's an awareness problem, and you've got to have some mindful stuff go on and really know what's happening with your spending, right? Add it all up, and then you can focus from there. So once you know you're over under, and if what that looks like, what that number is, whether it's in the positive or the negative, then you can move on to step 3. Step 3 is the mess is in the BS. Look through all of your spending on your credit cards, on your regular budget, from your bank account, if you can recall your cash spending, right? Where's the BS? Where is the BS? There's got to be some. There's got to be some BS in there. And this isn't to even feel shameful or guilt or anything like that. But this is just for practice and for exercise, the sake of the exercise, to realize that there's likely some BS in your spending behavior. And you've got to possibly tweak and cut in certain places. Like I said before at the beginning of this live, I'm not going to tell you to pinch every penny, but I am going to tell you to become fully aware of where the BS is at, right? And find ways to remove some of the BS, if not all of it, at some point. If you've got a real issue and you need to get out of debt and you've got big goals, you may want to tighten up, right, for a little while. So some of the dumb BS could be subscriptions that you're not even using, right? I'm trying to think of the other thing that I had on my mind. How often are you going to the restaurants? And I know that this is always such an easy one, but food, we have to eat to survive, right? So of course we're going to be talking about food, and we know, and let's talk about inflation. Gas prices are up. Well, they've gone down a little bit, which is nice. I've noticed that. But food prices are up, and they don't seem to be dropping anytime soon. So that's affecting all of our families, especially across the United States. I can't speak for any of the other countries. But our inflation is up, meaning food prices are up, costs are up, cost of living is going up, right? Supply and demand. It's all happening. But that doesn't mean that you have to fall victim to that and just say, oh, well, I'm going to just take it. The more aware you are of how much you're spending in those categories, the more you can absolutely cut. Just paying a little bit closer attention. And I'll give some mini tips on food, for example. If you're not already doing this, I want you to strongly consider doing something like Instacart or, whether it's delivery or pickup, because even if the costs of like some of the items are a little bit more expensive, you're saving in several ways. You're saving by list building, sticking to your list, because you're not going into the store and being affected by temptation and being drawn in, and those impulse buys that happen when you're there in person are going to happen way less when you get food either delivered or you go pick it up. And you don't walk in the store to pick it up. You actually sit outside and wait for them to bring it to your car. So if you have that opportunity where you live, I suggest taking advantage of that. Another idea is to do catered meals. I know this sounds crazy. It's so expensive to do catered meals. How much time and energy could you possibly be saving if you were to get catered meals brought to your house? How much more could you invest your time and energy into working and or spending quality time with your kids and your family and your spouse and the people that you love? Making that phone call to your dad who's sick. My dad is sick right now. He's in the hospital, right? So it's not just about saving the money. It's about saving yourself, your energy, so that you can apply it and make more money, right? Because that money will flow when you have control over the things that you can control, the controllables. So ask yourself, am I in control of the money that I do have coming in right now? If the answer is no, then it would not be fair to say, I need to make more money. Not yet. We can have that conversation about making more money and what it would take for you to make more money and add more income streams or more income flow, or to request that raise when you're fully in control of your money that you have, right? Taking inventory of what you have first. And then you can decide what more you need and go from there. I hope that this helped today. I made this short and sweet, and I have a call to action. So I'm just going to do a real quick quote here. You can't earn your way out of any money mess. You cannot earn your way out of bad behavior. And again, I'm not picking on anybody. I'm telling you, I'm the one, right, that had the bad money behavior, which is why I'm having this conversation, which is why I can be the expert on this. You cannot earn your way out of bad money behavior. It'll never happen, because as long as that behavior consistently is still there and not being addressed, the more money you make, the old quote, the more money you spend, right? More money, more problems. I love that song. Okay. So Mo Money, Mo Problems. That's the name of the song. That's the title. Not More Money, More Problems. Mo Money, Mo Problems. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick call to action. I'm going to share my screen. I have a 5-day challenge coming up. What I just shared, these quick tips, we're going to be deep diving in this kind of thing together as a team in an awesome 5-day challenge, Budget Boss Bootcamp. So what I'm doing is teaching you how to become the boss of your money, the boss of your budget in 5 days. 45 minutes to 1 hour coaching every day, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And what's awesome is that these are going to be put into a course portal as well. So if you can't make it to all classes, which I highly recommend making it to classes in real time, because of course it's a lot more beneficial when you're there in real time because you can get your questions answered usually, right? And it's just, more hyped, right? It's more fun. But if you can't make it to all of them, you miss some because you absolutely can't make it to all of them, you're going to get it in your course portal to have for 30 days to do it at your own pace. Because some people some people are out there, at my own pace people, right? And if that's you, this works for you too. So I highly recommend it. Let me share my screen real quick. Let me see if I can. All right. So if you can share my screen, I'm going to share this link with you. I'm sharing it with you now because I just want you to sometimes, you get to a link and you're just like, oh, okay, let me look at the thing. And you don't really pay attention. I just want you to understand what you're going to get. I want to go over what you're going to get in this. Be sure to watch the video because this explains a little bit more about what's going to be happening in the boot camp. Also, check out some of the, experience of clients that have worked with me, members that have worked with me here towards the bottom. I've got testimonials and a little bit of my story here and about what's going to be covered in the class. There's going to be so much more than that, of course. And as soon as you hop in, it's also going to be an exclusive Facebook group. It's not going to be in this group. So it's going to be very exclusive, very private for, you to get all the juicy juice on what I teach to my Fixer sisters. Okay. So it starts on Monday, the 29th, and it's at 1 p.m. Eastern time. That's when the regular class starts. And what you'll get: actionable Fixer money method training, private group coaching access, again, private group, my financial redesign blueprint, which also includes the templates, the Budget Boss Bootcamp workbook. I've got a workbook that you will be getting once you go into the group. Support from other badass women. Of course, that is absolutely priceless. Enter to win a scholarship. That is a contest that we're doing. When you're playing full out, you get points, which is really exciting, towards a drawing that I'm going to do on the 5th day. So my system, my simple money system, bonuses, one-to-one review coaching with me after the classes are over. We'll schedule a call to review and go over your budget and plan. And that is a bonus. Okay. That is a bonus for signing up. So I'm super excited about that. All templates and assets and the private community access are bonuses as well. So, and it's only for $3 per day, which is ridiculous. That's less than a Starbucks coffee. And so for $15, this is an absolute no-brainer. Okay. So, and if you have any questions, you can send me a DM very easily. Again, let's see here. Stop sharing. See if I'm still live. I hope that you could see that. If you're here on the live, please enter a comment. Just put a comment and say, hey, what's up, babe? Or, whatever, who you are, say your name. Or say, hey, I got value out of this. If you have any questions, because I know sometimes if I hop off too early, I might be missing some delayed comments. So anyways, thank you for checking out this live, and thank you for being a supporter of the Financial Fixer program. And again, if you have any questions or you want to talk offline, I'm here. And be an action taker. Okay. Do it. Be an action taker today. All right. Take action. All right. We'll see you later. Have a good one.